Welcome on in, everybody, to another All Aussie Rules football video. Today, we're doing the best players in the AFL so far this year. We're officially 1/3 of the way through the season, slightly over, just. So we're going to run through some of the best players in the All Aussie Rules ratings so far for 2025. So stick around, I hope you enjoy. We're not going to be delving too deeply. We're going to try and keep it as short and sharp as we can. But don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. All of those fun things. Let's jump into it. We're going to start with the top 20 players from any position. And there they are. Top 20. Worth noting, had to have played at least 4 games to get onto these lists. So anyone that's played less than 4 is not on the list. Sorry, Marcus Bontempelli, who would be number 1 at the moment if he'd played one more game. But Zach Butters, number 1. He's been outstanding since he's come into the team. He missed the first 3 games for Port Adelaide, but since then has barely put a foot wrong. Even though his team is not going sensationally, Zach Butters certainly is. He's an 81.12. It's worth noting as well, obviously, high disposal players, I mean, they're around the football more. They're going to rate higher. It's just the way it is. Midfielders, Ruckman, those that see the ball more are going to rate higher. It's just the way it is. Andrew Brayshaw is number 2. He's been consistently in the top 2 the whole season so far. He's had an outstanding start to the year. Last week perhaps wasn't his best game, but he's still been great. Max Gawn, though. What about the form of the big dog? Number 1 Ruckman in the competition. No doubt about it. He is insanely good. I know Tristan Cherry is not far behind him in ratings this year, but Maxi Gawn, he just keeps on going. Last 2 weeks, he's been sensational. If he keeps up that form, geez, could be another All-Australian berth heading his way this year. Ed Richards, he's had a fantastic season as well. He was really, really good on the weekend. He's number 4, as I said. Tristan Cherry from North Melbourne is number 5 and the second best ruckman. Number 6 is Zach Merritt, the inside mid from the Bombers. Absolutely outstanding on the weekend. He was absolutely fantastic in a loss against Adelaide in round 2. So he's been fantastic this year. The rest of his games perhaps a little bit lower, but those 2 were absolutely insane. George Hewitt has been Carlton's most consistent player. There's no doubt about it, especially as an inside mid with some big names around him. George Hewitt has continually stood up and been outstanding. Sam Darcy, the only key forward in this list, he's number 8 and way ahead of all the other key forwards. We're going to go position by position very shortly, but what more can you say about Sam Darcy than he has been insanely good? He's obviously off injured for a fairly extended period right now, but he has been outstanding. Jack McRae, he's had a really good start to his career at St Kilda. Hugh McCluggage, weeks round 2 through to about round 6 was fantastic. His last couple have perhaps not been quite as good, although he was pretty good against Gold Coast on the weekend. Bailey Smith has had a great start to his career in Geelong. He's ranked 11th so far. Tom De Koning is the 3rd ruckman on this list. He's perhaps not always as consistent as some of the others, but he started the season very hot. Nashaya Wangani-Malira, number 1 ranked general defender. He's been fantastic this year. Tom Liberatore is the 3rd Bulldog, on this list. 4th if you had have counted Bontempelli, who hasn't played enough games. He's been really good this year, there's no doubt about it. He was a bit quieter on the weekend, but he's certainly carried a lot of load in those early weeks for the Bulldogs. Lockie Ash, 2nd best general defender. He has taken an absolute step this season. He's been great. He's had a fantastic year, and there's no doubt that he's one of the best ball users in that back line at the moment. Miller from Gold Coast is next. He's ranked 16th. Always up there, gets plenty of the football. Nick Dacos is sitting in 17th, just behind Miller. I don't know if that's an accurate representation of him. I still think he's probably the 2nd best player in the game. But I think we'll continually see him rise up the ranks as this season progresses. Noah Anderson is 18th for the Gold Coast, second Gold Coast player in 3. Tom Green from GWS has been outstanding as an inside mid. He's number 19. And Jai Newcomb from Hawthorn just sneaks into the top 20 after round 8. We're now going to jump into position by position. I'm not exactly sure what order we're doing them in, but we're going to go through multiple positions. There'll be timestamps at the bottom for finding which position you want to look at. But first up, we've got inside midfielders. This is the top 10. We pretty much just went through them all. Obviously, all 10 of these were in the top 20, so we won't delve too deeply. But it's obviously Zach Butters, Andrew Brayshaw, Ed Richards, Zachy Merrick, George Hewitt, Jack McRae, Hugh McCluggage, Bailey Smith, Tom Liberatore, and Torque Miller, with Nick Dacos, as we mentioned, in 11th. But watch for him to rise in the next couple of weeks. Into the other positions, top 10 Ruckman. Obviously, the top 3 were all mentioned already. Max Gawn, number 1 at the moment, thanks to a really good 2 weeks. Tristan Cherry had a couple of quiet weeks earlier on in the season, but he's really got himself going. Tom de Koning in 3rd. Then 4th is Darcy Cameron from Collingwood. Luke Jackson sits 5th, just ahead of Lloyd Meek, who started the season fantastically and has had a couple good games, maybe not as consistent as some of the others. Toby Nankervis is number 7. Tim English was fantastic on the weekend, but still rated number 8. Jared Witt from the Gold Coast. Sorry, I just had a mental blow up there. He's in 9th. And Sam Draper, who's obviously now out for the season for the Bombers, is sitting in 10th. But he wasn't too bad. I mean, he did play a lot of key forward time, but he also played a lot of ruck time. He's going to be in 10th for a little bit. Obviously, his rating is not going to change throughout the season, I wouldn't imagine. Next position we're going to look at is the outside midfielders. You'll notice their ratings are a lot lower. That's due to the fact that they don't see as much of the ball. They're not always around the football. Some of these players do rotate from outside mid to general forwards to general defenders. Some of them even go inside mid at times, but this is their position that they've played the most in this year, according to my stats. Number 1, Zach Bailey does play a bit of general forward time, does play a bit of outside mid. He has had a really good season. Number 2 is James Harms. Similar story. He's kicked quite a few goals. He's been quite consistent. He's number 2. Ed Langdon, always a running machine for the Demons. This year has been no different. He's sitting number 3. Bailey Williams for the Doggies is number 4, sometimes running off the back line, sometimes getting a bit further forward, but always pretty consistent. Ollie Dempsey from Geelong, he was outstanding on the weekend, as we kind of expect him to be. A bit of a good runner, high flyer, and damaging on the scoreboard. Xavier Dersma from the Bombers is next in 6th spot. He's been good. Jack Crisp is number 7. He's dropped a couple spots this week because he didn't have an outstanding game in his record-breaking game the other day. Jared Berry is number 8. Patrick Lipinski is number 9. And Jace Burgoyne, who I think is capable of being at the top of this list, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go towards the top of the list by the end of the season, has been very, very good. Next position we're going to take a look at is the general defenders. Top couple have been already mentioned. Nashaya Wangani-Malira, no doubt about it, he has been fantastic this year. He was outstanding last year, but he's taken it to another level this year. He's really building himself to be a really good player for the St Kilda Saints in the future. Lockie Ash, as we mentioned, is number 2. He's had a fantastic season as well. Jack Sinclair from St Kilda, he gets plenty of the ball. He uses it pretty well most of the time. He's been great. Funnily enough, Connor Rose is on this list. Started the season as an inside mid. He has played a few games recently as that general defender. In fact, just enough games, exactly, to get that role. He's been really good. Lockie Whitfield, he's number 5. He gets plenty of the football. He's a bit of a barometer at times for GWS, but he's number 5. Dane Zorko started the season fantastically. Perhaps hasn't been as damaging the last few weeks, but maybe hasn't been as needed to be that role as much. Either way, he's number 6. Bailey Dale's number 7 for the Doggies. He's been really good. Nick Blakey, number 8, running off that back flank. Jake Bowie's been really good for Melbourne. He's number 9. And number 10 is Matt Roberts for Sydney. All obviously having good seasons. Those top maybe 3 or 4 a step above the rest, I think, though. We move into key defenders. And this is where it gets interesting. Somehow, number 1 ranked key defender so far this year. He only has played 4 games, so a lot could change. But Jack Henry is sitting at the top of 55.44. Next is Callum Wilkie. He's been great for St Kilda. Jeremy McGovern, he's always rating high. There's every year. He's an outstanding defender. Jordan Ridley, maybe a surprise packet there this year for the Bombers. He's been really good as a key defender in the 6 matches he's played. Jack Silvani swinging to the back line. He's ranked number 5 as a key defender so far this year. Ryan Marrick for West Coast has been good under the pump a bit, but holding up okay. Sam Taylor, still arguably one of, if not the best key defender in the competition. He's been good this year. He's 7th. Number 8, Jacob Wiedering. A lot of people will say he's the number 1 and has been the best. But he rates number 8 so far in the ranking system. Number 9 is Harry Himmelberg. And then number 10 is Josh Battle from Hawthorn. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's where he is. Next position, we'll jump to the forward line. We've got our General Fowards here. An interesting list. Pretty tight at the top, but overall, an interesting list, I think. There's some good players. There's some surprise packets this year up towards the top, though. Ben Long from Gold Coast is currently number 1. He's had a really good start to the year. He was really good last year. I think he's gone even better so far this year. Paul Curtis, he has been fantastic. Obviously out at the moment, but he is fantastic. Sean Manor from Geelong has been really, really good. Is good every week so far. Josh Riccelli from Adelaide in his 5 games has been good. One of 3 Adelaide players in the top 10, which is insane. Nick Martin, number 5. He's played a variety of positions. Spends most of his time coming off that forward flank and moving into the midfield, so he gets plenty of touches. Zach Bailey is number 6. Toby Green is number 7. His best is still as good as any general forward in the competition. Alex Neil-Bullen getting plenty of it, contributing a lot in his first season, and Adelaide in that forward line has been very important to them. Ben Keys, number 9. Slightly down on his output last year, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that start moving up. And then Cade Chandler, number 10 for the Demons. He's been very important for them so far. He's played some good games when the rest of the team has kind of struggled a fair bit. So I've been impressed with him, and he just sneaks into the top 10, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him stay in there this season. He has had a really good start to the year. Key forwards, as we mentioned before, Sam Darcy is an absolute Flemington straight ahead of anybody else. He's been so good. He's so important to this Bulldogs lineup, and it's dangerous for the rest of the competition once he comes back, because they are doing well without him at the moment. Him back in this lineup would be certainly interesting. Riley Thilthorpe is 2nd ranked. He's been really good this year. He's got a gap on the neck. The rest of them as well. He's been good. Jack Gunston for Hawthorn. He just keeps on giving too. He's not probably as big name these days as the rest of them, but he's been getting the job done. It is easier to be a forward when the rest of the team's playing really well, but he's been good so far and currently the 3rd ranked key forward. Jesse Hogan has missed a few games due to injury, has played some absolutely outstanding games. He was very quiet, though, against Sydney on the weekend. Taylor Walker, another Adelaide player. So 2nd key forward to go with their 3 small forwards in the top 10 of their positions. He's 5th. Jeremy Cameron, 6th on this list. He was number 1 or 2 last year, so I would expect that he will start going up. He is another one that had a quiet game on the weekend. Cooper Sharman, I've been big on this guy since last year. And on the weekend, he showed what he can do He's very talented, and look for him to continually to show us how good he can be. Harry Mackay's missed half the season so far. He sneaks into the 8th position. Josh Tracy is number 9. Hasn't been anywhere near as consistent as he probably would like to be, but he's close enough that he could move into that top 5 reasonably easy. And Mason Wood, as the 2nd or 3rd key forward for St Kilda most weeks, sneaks into 10th spot. I think that leaves us... Oh. No, that is every position. I don't know what those were. That is every position. We've done the forwards, we've done the backs, we've done the midfielders. Sorry about that weird finish. I don't know what's going on. We have done all the positions. That's the top 10 for each position so far this year. We're going to try and do these videos regularly. We're going to be posting stuff on our socials about it as well, so go check them out. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, we got it. YouTube videos go live all the time, every week. We've got the podcast that goes live twice a week, reviewing, previewing games. So go check all of that out. I appreciate you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below who you think should be ranked higher or lower. I appreciate your support. I'm Jay. This is All Aussie Rules. I'll catch you on the next one.